Love on the beat, so twerk it, bitch.
What is going on, guys? It's your boy Chaos Reloaded, or Gavin here, and I'm bringing you a video. And I told you guys in like a couple videos back that I was gonna do this, do this kind of video, and I'm gonna do it for every year it goes by until my treatment's over. And today, April 24th, which is when this video is going up, it's going to be the 25th, but I'm recording this on the 24th. Today was the day of last year. Last year on this day, I got diagnosed with ALL, B-cell leukemia. And if you don't know what that is a type of cancer that messes with your white blood cells in your body. And yeah, and also, if I got diagnosed at 4:30 in the morning at the hospital on April 24th, if you did not know. And also my grandfather, he passed away from leukemia as well, but it was a different type. It was ALL is what I have. Well, I had, because I'm in remission. But my grandpa, he had AML, which is a type of leukemia which is caused by like chemicals, and he worked at the railroad, so that's how he got his. And if I'm correct, he got cured from his leukemia, but he caught an infection in the hospital, and the infection took him. So, but I got ALL, and it's pretty much a childhood cancer, pretty much. Usually a lot of children get it, and if you go, and around the whole world, a lot of children has it. There's tons, like thousands of kids, maybe tens of thousands, that at least go to the hospital I go to, or there's probably millions of kids that goes out to other hospitals around the world and get treatment. But this is pretty much just like the second video I put out. It's just telling you how it all started and what happened during the treatment. So this is going to be a really long type of video, so I hope you guys will enjoy this video. I don't know if you guys are going to enjoy it, or if you guys are going to tear up or not, but this is also a video to all the new subscribers that I have gotten that does not know my story. So yeah, we're going to get right into the story. Okay, and we're starting it with on April 20th. I think it was on the 20th or 21st of 2015, and one night I started having it was a Sunday, and I was about to go to sleep right before to go to school, and so I went up in my room just to watch some TV before I go to sleep like usual, and I started getting this backache, and this backache it wasn't hurting as like really, really bad. It hurt just enough to bug you that you couldn't fall asleep, right? And it never went away. It never went away, and I just kept tossing and turning and trying different positions, and it wouldn't go away. And so I went downstairs and I tried to go sleep on the couch, maybe a different bed-like structure would help, and that didn't help. That actually made it worse, and it actually started hurting really, really bad. If it was a scale of 1 to 10 of the pain, it was probably an 8, and I just tried to fight through it, and I still couldn't get to sleep. So I went to, I tried to walk to my parents' room and I couldn't walk. And my back hurt so bad I couldn't walk. I had to crawl to my parents' room, and I woke them up and told them what's going on and everything. Then we did a whole bunch of different stuff. We called the hospital, and they told us to try to lay in positions, like weird different positions you would, and that just made the backache worse. So we ended up going to the hospital, and they just checked everything out, usual, and they gave me some like pain relievers and sent me home. And I took the pain relievers. I was able to go to sleep, and but I didn't go to school because we were pretty much up all night, and we didn't get home pretty much about like 4 o'clock in the morning. So from the emergency room. So I just didn't go to school because I didn't have no rest. And so I ended up going to my grandma's house and blah blah blah, like usual. And then I usually take a nap on the couch for a little bit, and I guess when I woke up, I guess I was real pale to the face. Like, you see me now, you guys like, oh, you're still pale, but no, this was like ghost white pale, like I had no blood in me at all. And they were like, my grandma was like, you look really pale and stuff. And my back was still hurting and stuff. I was taking, and then when I started talking to her, and then she noticed that my teeth and gums were bleeding. And we didn't worry about that much. We had her friend to come over, right, and to check me out. And her friend is a nurse at a school nurse. She comes over and checks out and everything. She asked to see my spine and see if my spine's all right and everything. Asked me to bend down to try to touch my toes. And when I went to bend down, I actually blacked out pretty much. And I came back up, and I was like panicking, telling them I can't see anything. I'm about to pass out. So they helped me sit down and stuff like that. Sorry if I don't look directly at the camera, because it's a long story and I'm trying to remember and say it absolutely correctly. And then after that all happens, I just get back on the couch and go to sleep while her friend and my grandma calls my mom and tells her what happened and everything. So we lay off the pain relievers. Maybe we thought there was a side effect from the pain relievers, and that was not the case. And it just kept getting worse. The backache just kept on getting worse. It comes, and then on the 23rd of April, we ended up just, you know what, can't take it no more. Gotta go to the hospital. And it was like a nighttime, and the emergency room was crowded. It took us forever to get back there, but we were back there all night, and then it rolls over to April 24th, and we're still sitting in the emergency room. And they finally, they do all these different tests, and they finally say, okay, we're gonna draw some blood samples and see if there's any infection in your blood or anything like that. So they draw some blood from me, and then we just sit there for an hour and a half or two and waiting for the lab work to come back. And the guy walks in and he says, we have bad news. He tells my parents that I have ALL, leukemia. And my heart absolutely just sunk to my stomach. I felt so sick and depressed when I heard that, and scared. I looked over. My mom is bawling out, crying, and then I'm crying as well because I didn't want to see her cry. And I just sat there all scared. And I tell her to, I'm yelling at her pretty much saying, call dad, get him here. And yeah, sorry, I'm crying. I'm tearing up a little bit, but it's a hard story to tell. So my dad gets there and my mom tells him, and he cried. Of course he's going to cry, but he didn't want to see. He probably didn't want to see him wanted me to see him cry. So he just acted in like a huge shock and was like, how he was just riding dirt bikes the other day, like not even 2 days ago. How did this happen? Blah blah blah. We're all confused, and they tell us that we gotta spend a couple nights, spend hopefully a couple nights, maybe a couple weeks in the hospital, of course, to start chemo. And yeah, so we end up spending nights at the hospital, starting chemotherapy, and we take chemo, and then we stay there longer, and then I finally get to go home. All right, I go through getting a PICC line, which is a thing that goes in your arm, which runs through a central vein, main vein to your heart, pretty much, and that's where it's a line to help put chemo and meds and stuff like that and fluids through, easier than having it like through a needle, through an IV. And time goes by, and I get to go home, and maybe a month like after that, my left foot starts swelling. No, wait. No, I think it was only a couple weeks. Yeah, a couple weeks. We ended back up in the hospital because in my pelvic area there was like really 10 out of 10 pain level pain in that area. And then after a week it went away, then they let me go back home. And then maybe a couple weeks after that of being at home, my left foot started swelling up really badly, and it was like it was really swelled up. And also my my right calf was swelled up a little bit. My right bicep was swelled up. And we go back to the hospital, and they check it out and do MRIs and X-rays, and they find out there's a raging infection growing in those areas. And so I was pretty much there for like 2 or 3 months. I'm pretty sure, maybe more. I was even in there for my 16th birthday, which sucked. I did not want to be in there for my 16th birthday at all. But I was there, and I underwent surgeries every day a week. I couldn't eat because of surgeries of anesthesia. You can't eat or drink for a certain amount of time because they don't want you to throw up from the anesthesia and choke and maybe kill yourself from choking on some old food or water. So I underwent 7 surgeries on my foot to get the infection out, and also getting the infection out of the surgery on my right calf and my right bicep. And then I was bedridden with a vacuum on my foot sucking out any more infection that was still in there in my foot for probably another month or two. And from being bedridden for a while, it made my legs contract, and pretty much my legs were bent and stuck at a certain angle, and when it wouldn't straighten out. So I had to pretty much after all the infection and stuff cleared up, and I was cleared up to go home. I finally went home, but the problem was, since I couldn't stand or walk or do anything like that, I was pretty much wheelchair bounded for a while. And then I ended up back into the hospital again. I think for like a temperature or something. And sorry, it's early in the morning. I ended up at the back in the hospital because like a flu or something, and because when cancer patients get like a fever or something, at a certain point you have to go into the hospital no matter what. And the doctors said, I am not leaving this came up with a plan saying I am not leaving the hospital until I can walk again, until I walk out the door. So I pretty much was in there for months, and I was able to get down on the rehab floor to do rehab for like a month or two, and that rehab really saved my life pretty much. It got me walking again, and I just can't believe the amount of work that the doctors helped me and the physical therapist helped me with, that I was able to walk out of the place, really. And I can't thank them enough. I can't thank God and Jesus enough. And yeah, there's more stuff to the story, of course, so I'm gonna have to cut this video and start a new one, of course, because I have a certain amount of time to record with my camera before I gotta start a new video. So we're gonna get into the next part of the video. But yeah, guys, I actually just remembered, because I had to upload the first 15-minute video up before I could record the second part, so I can have room on my camera to record the second part. But I forgot to say, before I went, because the cancer floor is the 8th floor, the top floor in the hospital, right? And that's where the cancer floor is. That's where you go. That's the floor if you're a cancer patient, or you go in to take chemo while you're inpatient. And then the 7th floor is the rehab floor. So I was up on the 8th floor because of the fever and stuff like that. And while I was in there, we actually got, my mom came in with a doctor, and she was crying, but she wasn't like upset crying. She was crying of happiness. And the doctor came in, and she came in saying, and reminder, this has not have been, and this hasn't even been a full year. Today, what it was, the first year of the treatment, first out of the 5 years completed, pretty much. Alright, but the doctor comes in with my mom. My mom's already crying, and I'm like confused, and why is she crying and stuff? Is this bad news? And the doctor comes in and tells me that my cancer goes into remission. And if you guys do not know what remission is, if you're confused, it means that the chemotherapy and all the chemo and meds has worked, and has killed all the infected cancer cells in the body and no longer have cancer in your body. But, and when we heard that, oh my God, we all busted. Me, my mom, my dad, the doctor. The doctor gave me a big hug. Gave everybody in my room a hug. We sat and prayed, and we all cried of happiness. We called all our family members and stuff, and told them all the good news and stuff. And then after that, probably a couple days, we stayed up there a little bit longer. Then I moved down to the 7th floor to the rehab floor, and I started doing rehab for a good about a month or two, like I said before. And I was able to start walking. I was able to start walking with a walker first, and then while I gradually get stronger, I went to a cane, and then now I don't even use the cane no more. I don't walk normally, and I don't walk as fast as a normal person does. I'm not sure how fast a normal person actually walks. I think they might have a normal person would usually walk around to 7 to 10 miles per hour as a normal walk speed, and I think I walk around as a 3 to 5 mile per hour speed. And so I don't walk fast, and I still have my not my heel, the top of my foot, my toes and stuff like this is the heel and this is the top. My heel doesn't, but when I land on the heel when I walk, but then my front of my foot slaps sometimes, but I'm trying to control that, and I'm getting better at it. But I am strong. I don't have to hold on to the rails I don't have to pull myself up the stairs. I don't have to hold on to the rails that much anymore. All I have to do pretty much now, I still go to physical therapy. Yes, I do. I don't have to go to the hospital. I go to this CHKD workout kind of place as a gym, and I work out and I get stronger every day. And so I just want to thank the doctors, the physical therapist, everybody. And I'm still going through treatment today, and I'm going to be going to treatment for another 4 years. So you're going to probably see the exact same video out. I'm not going to cheat it away by just re-uploading the same exact video. I'm just going to make a brand new video of it every year. But that's pretty much the story of April 24th, 2015, what happened on that date. And it's been a year ever since that happened. Cancer's gone. I'm in remission. I'm in the easiest treatment stage, the last treatment stage, and I'm going to stay in that stage for the rest of my treatment, which is maintenance. And all I got to do is probably go to the cancer clinic for blood work and maybe a chemo every month, and every 2 months probably get a lumbar puncture or spinal tap, which I have to go under anesthesia for that, but it's not a really big deal. And just do that for another 2 years, and then another 2 years after that I'll just go in for regular blood work, no chemo. And yeah, so my hair's growing back nice. And people, some think, oh, I'm lying about this. A lot of people think I'm lying about this, but I'm not. I don't know why somebody would lie about such a thing. And yeah, if you guys, I'm actually going to do something I haven't done before. I'm going to try to throw a slideshow of what I look like, or what I'm gonna throw a slideshow of pictures when I was in the worst stage, when I was wheelchair bounded, pretty much at my birthday, my 16th birthday, wheelchair bounded in the hospital, and I had a vacuum on my foot and in a wheelchair hooked up to a pump. I'm gonna throw some of those photos in there to show you guys what I went through. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. It was hard. It's really hard for me to it was really hard for me to tell the story, and it's going to be that way every time I do it. So leave a like to show some support, I guess. It would really mean a lot to me if you leave a like on the video. Subscribe if you're new, and my links to my social medias are down in the description if you want to follow me on Twitter or add me on Snapchat or follow me on my Twitch live stream. But it's been chaos, guys, and we will see you guys in the next video. Peace out.